Afraid is a new horror film from Blumhouse coming out at the end of the summer. This could go either way. So today, let's talk about the newest film, Afraid. Hey everybody, my name's Justin here. I try to watch everything that hits theaters and on streaming services. If you guys are like me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and click that bell notification for more up and coming content. Curtis and his family are selected to test a revolutionary new device, a digital assistant called Aya, that takes smart homes to the next level. As Aya begins to learn everyone's behavior and anticipate their needs, it soon makes sure nothing and no one gets in the family's way. There was a point in my life where I was really excited for a new Blumhouse film. Now, I'm just very cautious when it comes to Blumhouse productions and the films that they put out. The films that I've seen from Blumhouse this year have been bad. And Afraid is one of the worst films I have seen this year. It's a very short film, about 84 minutes long, and there's a certain point within this movie where they just give up. I feel like this movie is just written by an AI. It has potential. There's a strong message early on of our over-reliance on technology and how it influences us, and we can just become very dependent on it. And when you look at like the first maybe 20-30 minutes of the film, you feel like that's going to be its main focus of people's over-reliance on technology and the new craze of AI and how we should be very cautious when it comes to AI. And then Aya comes in and is able to help people with their bills, or give points to the children for doing the dishes, or read them a bedtime story. That seems all very nice. But then it takes this kind of classic generic approach where this AI is becoming very obsessed with the family and starting to control what they do. Very similar to the Disney Channel original film Smart House. I saw a lot of similarities. Well, that was for kids. This is for adults. But you have that kind of similar vibe to it where the AI feels like it needs to assist the family in more ways than one and be able to be there at any given moment. And when it comes to the middle half of the movie, where Aya is starting to make decisions for the older daughter when it comes to some of relationships that she has in high school. That's where it takes this obsessive approach. And that middle half is where it completely becomes messy and loses all of it and becomes one of the worst films I have seen this year. The middle half of the movie, later on, there is no care in the world about developing anything about this film. It gives up and starts to introduce these new ideas as the movie goes along and does not do anything to fully flesh it out. On top of that, like I said, it's really short, so there's not a lot of chance to make these ideas feel like there's any weight to them. You have some past moments with Aya, a previous family, or this company that wants to outbuy John Cho's company. And you have just so much going on that they quickly try to wrap things up without having any sort of conclusion to it. They take on new ideas with like in the last 10 minutes of the film. And it's just baffling to me with that second half of the film, how it tried to do something very different and still have this message about AI, but try to be like this horror film to it, but not a care in the world of actually developing something. And I looked over to my friend that I saw it with, and I said, what is actually going on? I can't even comprehend what is happening within this film. You try to start something very strong in the beginning with AI and the over-reliance on technology and all of that, and how there could be some benefits to having this AI system within your household, or you should be very cautious as well. But then taking on like this horror approach. The whole film feels like it's written on ChatGTP, where they said, here's our story, write us out a script. And they ran with that. Everything feels very brief. Everything feels poorly developed. The pacing is so fast that it just runs through these scenes without a care in the world. The performances are fine. John Cho quickly becomes very cautious when it comes to the AI. He sees this like RV out in the front of his house and people watching him, and he just associates that with the AI. It's really weird stuff. but he's fine in here. Catherine Watterson, you see the initial like excitement of having an AI and what it could do for you, but the more that it does, the more that it gets to know your daily routines, it becomes a bit questionable what it can do. And Catherine Watterson handles that performance well, of being excited but then also cautious when it comes to what the AI can do and how it could help out the family. The children are fine. The other performances are fine as well. There's nothing like groundbreaking about the performances. Everything just is decent at best. I was truly shocked with how bad Afraid was. It started off pretty promising when it came to that message of everybody relying on technology, and then people like so excited about AI and really going all in with it. But then it becomes like this film that doesn't know how to build off of certain scenes. There's some really odd ideas that they bring out in the last like 10-15 minutes of the film that really they didn't even need to have in the first place. So there is these just questionable scenes that feel like they're just out of place. It doesn't really have this horror aspect to it. They have these really typical jump scares, dream sequences that have no effect to the film. It's just a waste, and they didn't know how to contribute to the runtime. So they said, here's a dream scene, and it meant to be scary, but it wasn't. So there's really no like bloody moments or like any like horror a vibe to it at all. It is a waste of a film, one of the worst films I have seen this year. So before I give you my score for Afraid, make sure to check out my channel. Here I do movie reviews, trailer actions, ranking videos, tier lists, all that fun movie related content that you see on YouTube. I do it all here, so hit that subscribe button to get it all in one spot. If you'd like to see where Afraid ranks amongst all the other 2024 releases I've seen this year, follow me on Letterboxd, and there you can find my ranking. I'm gonna go ahead and give Afraid an F. Thank you guys for checking my review for Afraid, the new Blumhouse film. Have you guys seen it by chance? What'd you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Just Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.